brain, melanin can help to, let's say, make those nerve impulses flow a little bit better. So you may have quicker reaction times. So if we look at the eye itself, some people have darker color eyes, some people have blue eyes, or light gray eyes. Well, the darker your eyes, the quicker your reaction time. So maybe people who are marksmen, in terms of maybe even archery, those particular events, people who have darker colored eyes and also a dark pigment on the back of the eye towards the retina, the pigment layer, if that is dark, then this helps the person, function better in the environment in terms of focusing on these the visible light that is in our environment. So when we speak of nerve conduction facilitator, it's helping the nervous system function at a higher level. So possibly helping us vibe with the music, staying on rhythm. And also talking about singing, rapping, and also moving. And there's a lot of people that can't do that. There's a lot of uncoordinated people out there. And we don't want to just say that all black people can rap, all black people got rhythm, because that's not the case. But it can be maximized in people of color. Okay. The third point of emphasis about melanin functioning is it acts as an energy transformer. All around us there's energy pervading. We don't see the ultraviolet radiation or the visible light, but it's out there. Okay, it's a span of wavelengths that's out there that causes us to see what we see. Then you start talking about radio bands. We can't see radio bands, but they're out there. Microwaves, can't see them, but they're out there. So there's energy pervading the universe. Well, everywhere that you see melanin in the body, it's at places where energy conversion is happening. So speaking from the skin, speaking about the brain, those are the two main points about, again, this conversion. But speaking from the skin and the brain, everywhere you find melanin, it is functioning to convert energy. So you speak of dealing with the eye, converting the visible light, what you see, into nerve impulses, something that the brain can now understand to detect, to say you see a glass, you see a shirt. Well, in the ear, you have melanin found in the inner ear. You don't see sound waves. You can't really see the actual words coming out of my mouth, but you hear something. That's energy. In the inner ear is where you find melanin. It's functioning to convert those sound waves into nerve impulses so what the brain can understand what you're talking about. Inner ear, eye. We already spoke about the brain in terms of, again, movement. So all those places in the body where you talk about energy conversion, you find melanin. And there's a lot of information in terms of metaphysics. Many of you may know about the chakra system, may know about spiritual centers that are supposed to be within the body. Some speak of the pineal gland as being the crown chakra, the number one to kind of focus on. Well, in those centers are where you, again, find energy transformation going on. And when we start talking about the skin isn't just some covering on our body. It's an organ. Matter of fact, it's the largest organ of the body. So you can break it down. I have a little picture in the book. I think it's diagram number 3. We have on one side, when you start talking about if you're under stress, there's some hormones that have to work in the body for you to engage into this particular activity. Don't get too confused about these names now. From the hypothalamus, you'll have a substance called CRF, corticotropic releasing factor, or corticotropic releasing hormone. It must go to the pituitary gland, located right here, to release something else called ACTH, adrenal corticotropic stimulating hormone. That then goes to the adrenal gland to kick in what? Your cortisol, your glucocorticoids, to get you revved up to deal with the situation. So that's a hormonal response dealing with a certain organ in the body that you just talked about. But look on the other end when you start talking about for the skin. You got within the brain something called POMC. I have it written here, but the long name of that is pro-opiomelanocortin. Certainly when you read the book, you start to understand those things, right? Pro-opiomelanocortin, pro-opio. Opio, there's some form of like opioid in there. So you know about opium and how that makes you feel good. Well, there's something in your body that makes you feel good too. Pro-opiomelano, melano. There's something in there to do with making you dark in color. Something within that structure. Cortin. That's also where you have a breakdown of this substance we're talking about, ACTH. Well, POMC can go ahead and talk to the pituitary gland to make MSH, melanocyte stimulating hormone, which can also then go to the skin to produce more melanin. So just seeing skin color and just saying, oh, that's just a pigment. It's functioning deep within the body to make the body dark. And when women are pregnant, you know that line from the lineus nigra, from the navel all the way down to the vaginal area? What's going on there? You know what I mean? There's something to do with the hormonal effects of how the melanin is being produced from the hormones here in the brain then to the skin. So don't just look at the skin as some so-called covering of the body. No, it has a function within itself. And this is when we start to talk about being connected to what? The universe. All the things we know about now about dark matter. Dark matter being something out there. You can't see it. You don't know what it is, but they know it's there. And white people are saying that now in their journals. We don't know what it is. I had that, I think, in the chapter on material spiritual connection. They don't know what it is, but it's something out there. And if you saw the movie, show X-Files last night, talking about dark matter, this guy went to this accelerating machine, and he ended up, something happened to him where it was his shadow. If people touched his shadow, then they would be taken into this energy system which relates to the dark matter. So the point I'm trying to make here with us is that the connection between us and the universe is there. Europeans are all about controlling and dominating it. It's almost like they've been detached from it. Because it has something to do with the body, which is nothing but really a microcosm of the macrocosm. When we say that, your body ain't nothing but a replica of what's already out there. In terms of the shape of the trees, they look just like the way that the nerve cells look like. In terms of receiving that energy and transmitting it back into Mother Earth or to the body. So in terms of all the symbolisms, they're there. I don't need to give them all right now. But look at the key in terms of people who are highly melanated and are in tune to the environment. And we can also break this down to the Native Americans, or native peoples of this land right here. They are in tune to what? The environment. But white people ain't into that. They're into about controlling and dominating it. So we need to understand that